Hi, and welcome. This video is a basic demonstration of the Figma Console MCP, and I just want to take you through a fairly simple sequence of how we can write things to Figma and then have Figma write things back as code. This is the bi-directional nature of the tool and what makes it distinctly different from the official Figma MCP. While the official Figma MCP is capable of taking HTML code and transitioning it back into a frame within Figma, the Figma Console MCP really interacts with your design system as though it's an API. So I'll show you some of that right now. So I have a very simple setup here. This is Claude Desktop. This could be the free version. I have a paid version, but it's no different. And on this side, I have a very simple design system. And right now, this is an alert dialog. One thing that we're going to do with this demo is we're going to manipulate some variables first. So you can see that I have a standard set of variables in light mode and a dark mode. I thought what we would do that could be fun is that we could add a couple of additional variable modes or add a variable mode that has some distinct updates, probably just with colors. So that way we can visually see the difference when we make the code updates. So let's go ahead and get started. The way I like to usually get started is I'll just say, can you please provide a Figma status? This prompt usually gives me the indication that the WebSocket is connected and it's showing me that it sees the alert dialog. So I'm not providing it any sort of URL. The standard Figma MCP, you have to provide a canonical URL. Since the Figma Console MCP interacts directly with your local Figma environment, there's no need for any URL passing. It can navigate through all of your projects. Currently, it sees that I have this college town design system open, but also aware that I have these three other design systems open as well. So I think what I would like to do now is, could you please create a variable mode that inherits the other variable modes, but really changes mainly the primary colors. And let's call that variable mode vibrant mode. And the purpose of this variable mode is just to show some very distinct differences between the existing modes and this new mode that we're creating. So basically what I'm saying is I would like to have the Figma Console MCP interact directly with the Figma project. It's going to do a little bit of searching first. That's this get variables function. It found that there's a light and a dark mode with 60 variables. It's going to go through there. It says now it has, so once it gains all the context from the existing variable modes that are in there, here's the plan that it says it's going to go ahead and create this vibrant mode. This is the changes. These are pretty vibrant colors that it selected here. So they're going to go through and then it does this batch update. This is a specific tool that's in the Figma Console MCP set of tools, and it's telling me what it's changing. So if I go over here and I look in the variable mode, you'll see that it created this vibrant mode right here. And then if I go here, let's see if it's finished running yet. Okay, that's great. So we have a completed new variable mode that has been written to the Figma project. So if I go here, I should be able to go here and then go to this variable mode and find vibrant and then select it. And there is our vibrant mode. This took about 15 seconds and now we have a new variable mode. Obviously, if I wanted to make this more specific, I would get more detailed into the actual colors that I wanted to show here. Okay, and now that we have all of those variables created and we have the mode added correctly, now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and develop this component. So what I'm going to ask to do right now is, can you please take the selected alert dialog component and generate the coded version of it using React and Tailwind, and we can develop it here in this platform. So that should be able to, I'm giving it specific instructions. I'm saying, select the component that we have on our screen right here. And I'm giving it some specific instructions to say, use Tailwind in React. That's usually what AI does best with, only because they're just too popular, a styling method and a JavaScript framework. So it is selected. Ideal output will likely be a responsive alert dialog. And this is also something that's a little different from the official Figma MCP. I didn't send it any sort of canonical link or anything like that. It was just aware of the component that was selected, and then it is ready to move it into the development phase. Now, if this were being done in a code environment where something like Storybook would typically exist, then this would be developed as a component, and then you would have stories that would show the variations of states in all of the different ways that you can view this particular component. So here it is. It developed the component, and as you can see, it's almost nearly identical here. And one of the awesome things that it did was it actually works, which is great. And it shows the different breakpoints, and it looks like it actually pulled in the real variable modes as well. And then here's the vibrant version of it that it's pulling in. So I thought that was pretty fun. This is done all through the Claude desktop platform. This normally would be something that would happen in the code base where you have Storybook installed, and then you can tweak it from here. But as you can see, with a very simple prompt with very little directions, it did all it needed to do in order to pull everything together to generate a component that's nearly identical to the one that has been designed. And with like all things, when it comes to developing these things, if there's any tweaking that you need to do or a more improved prompt to ensure that it's grabbing the right path to the tokens, or it's putting the component in the right directory where the other components are, those are all things that you could do to improve the prompt. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. This is really just scratching the surface of what this tool is capable of doing. So I highly encourage you to read up on the documentation, hook this up to whatever your MCP client of choice is, and play around with it. Really, the only limitation to this tool is your creativity. There's a lot of things you could do. It's very flexible and it's very powerful. So happy experimenting, and thank you all.